Am I a furry now? The Bad Guys 2 is a direct sequel to the first one, and just like most of DreamWorks movies, they're going to be milking this one for all it's worth. I enjoyed the first movie. It's a film genre I kind of always enjoy, which is the heist genre. The film is obviously massively inspired by those movies, Ocean's 11 clearly being the main one. The sequel carries over. We follow the gang once again trying to do good after the events of the first movie, and they get roped into another adventure heist. And so let's talk about the very quickly made sequel, The Bad Guys 2. With sequels, the phrase bigger and better usually come to mind, and while sometimes this phrase can be true and help certain franchises with sequels, some films prefer a more simpler route. Like this movie, the film is based on the Ocean's 11 franchise, and like those movies, the sequels don't really go for that bigger and more at stake feel. They just make another good story in the franchise. Albeit, maybe not the second one, that movie is kind of trash. Kind of like Don Cheadle's accent throughout the entire franchise.
Alright, chaps. Hang on to your knickers.
I would say that this film very much falls into that category, and it isn't necessarily a bad thing. A franchise like this doesn't need to necessarily get bigger, they just need to expand themselves a little bit more and have another fun adventure movie with these characters that we love. But the film's story follows most of the beats of the first movie. Wolf introducing the story and telling us to come closer, the bad guys get framed for a heist, and there is some form of unearthly technology. There is a form of a twist villain, and it ends in a huge sequence that for me feels massively out of place. But the characters are still fun and entertaining. Credit to all the cast and newcomers, there is not a bad performance out of anyone in this film. All new characters are fun and entertaining. Speaking of new characters, we obviously get introduced to the bad girls as they were marketed in the trailer. They are a wonderful addition to this cast. Daniela Brooks does a wonderful job as Kitty Cat, and a standout performance and character for me was Pigtail, played by Maria Bakalova, I hope I'm saying that name correctly. She was such a fun character and she really made me laugh in every scene. The new characters are all fun and interesting, but I found myself wanting a little bit more from them. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here, but the film starts 5 years prior, and we see Tarantula's first heist with the gang. And going into the movie, I really thought that Tarantula would have something more of a past with the bad girls, given how she is the only female character on the team. And I really thought that this would be an interesting link to these characters a little bit more. But it doesn't do this. It's not like a bad thing, I guess I just wanted a little bit more of a connection to these newer characters to link them together, but I guess they're just kind of shoehorned in, I guess. If you're enjoying this video, now is the best time to subscribe. Most of my views come from non-subscribers, and I just hit 2,000 subscribers, guys, and I'm heading for more, so it really helps me out. So if you can subscribe, please do. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, so I know that DreamWorks have always been this kind of anti-Disney thing, but every now and then they just have some really weird stuff. I mean, look, I get it. You know, you want to show that animation is for all ages. I mean, I agree with you, but why is Snake and every character in this movie either just insanely horny, or I feel like they could be going up for the hottest person alive award? Seriously, everyone in this movie, animal-wise, is freaking gorgeous. It's interesting how when they made Shrek, they wanted everything to be a kind of ugly aesthetic, but it kind of works in the world kind of vibe. But in this world, everyone is just insanely drop-dead gorgeous. Why am I falling for a wolf in this movie? I mean, to be fair, it is Sam Rockwell. I mean, that guy's got some sweet moves. But seriously, with that, the animation in this movie is once again amazing. It uses a lot of the same animation style that they use in the Spider-Verse movies, as well as in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. There is even some full moments where characters are in 2D, and it is just incredible. I mean, look, I gave Elio a lot of grace because it was a good film, but seeing this movie did make me think a little bit that Pixar, and especially Disney, might need to up their animation techniques just a little bit. The animation is what sells this film, and seeing all the interesting ways they animate these characters once again is truly terrific. The sequel is a good movie. It's another fun heist movie with great characters and great animation. but it struggles literally with the same thing the first movie struggles with. The film really isn't a comedy. I do think that this film is funnier than the first one, usually thanks to a lot of newer characters, and surprisingly, laughing at characters rather than actual jokes. There was a few kids in the cinema when I watched this movie, and I was sat right in front of some, and I didn't hear them laugh once. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm sure those kids and others are going to be entertained by this movie. But the humour isn't as in-your-face as other animated movies, shall we say. But like the first movie, the film isn't telling a lot of jokes. It's definitely funnier than the first one, but its jokes are way more character-based, shall we say. Its ending, however, is got to be far worse than the first movie. They both end with a large, over-the-top sequence which feels way out of place and unnecessary. Choosing the final sequence to be in space, with also a fight sequence between Wolf and Cat, it felt more like a badly done MCU film where we spend the whole film in this interesting heist movie, and it ends up with a fight sequence in space. I mean, look, I get it. It's an animation movie, and it's not like I'm going in here for a realistic setting. But it just doesn't need it. It even has Professor Marmalade taking off into space like some James Bond villain. The film sets itself up for a sequel for this franchise to carry on, and I'm just afraid it's going to be the same thing again. But while for these reasons the film isn't perfect, the film is still enjoyable, and its sequel is neither better or worse. I must give credit for its consistency, and not a lot of sequels can do that. Overall, the film is good. It's the same as the first one. It has the same story beats, the humor is the same style, and its length is very similar. Although I did feel like this one felt way longer, and not in a good way. But as I mentioned, DreamWorks continues to surprise me with the films they make, for better or for worse. The Bad Guys 2 is a worthy sequel, and I'll be curious to see how much money this film makes, because as of right now, I didn't even realize that this film isn't even out in the States yet. I imagine that's down to the French director, so thanks Pierre. Yeah, I do not know how to pronounce that. Merci bouquet! After all that, it's getting my professional rating of 7 out of 10, and my personal rating of 7 out of 10 as well. It's getting the same rating as the first one, but I would say I prefer this one over the first. Probably because I'm finally noticing just how beautiful, dreamy, tall Wolf is. Oh! So thank you for joining me in this video. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of this movie and whether you think it's better than the first one or not. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more great content on all your favorite animated movies. Make sure to follow me over on my Discord group with a link in the description. We can chat more about your favorite animated movies, and even better, you get to suggest future videos. I listen to my Discord group members every single day, and it is the best community, guys. But thank you as always for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.